Welcome back to another episode in the Carolina Panthers franchise. If you're looking for a slow franchise, realistic franchise, then you've come to the right spot. We're in week 3 of our second season. We're going to be playing the Las Vegas Raiders, a team that actually looks way scarier than I had anticipated. 87, 85, 86. We are still in full rebuild mode, so we're still waiting for the effects to kick in, but that is something that will take some time. Plus, we just lost Bryce Young last week against those damn 49ers, man. Fuck the Niners. They just broke him and he's out for 7 weeks, broken collarbone. So now I am torn. I have to figure out a way on how to keep this season halfway productive. We also lost Tommy Tremble, so big weapons gone, lost. That is not great. We have a few things to take care of this week, actually. We've got the mock draft number 1. We've got the players that are ready to negotiate. I might start some trades already right now. We've got the regional focus scouting. I won't be doing that, of course, because I don't like the scouting system in Madden. There are way more fun scouting systems in other sports games, even by EA. FIFA, for instance, has a really, really cool system. But yeah, not so much here, sadly, a little bit. Yeah, whatever. We're going to leave it as is. We're going to upgrade players, manage staff, take a look at the Raiders, do weekly strategy, and then, of course, also play the game. So a lot is going to happen here. We're going to kick it off immediately with taking a look at the mock draft. So where do they put us, actually? I think we're going to be pretty far down. Do we even have a pick? I think we do. Or did we give everything up? Now, here we are. Carson Beck. Interesting. They are putting us up for a quarterback. Well, that is the position that I'm actually the least worried about. There are positions that I feel we need way more urgently. Anyways, that has been handled. So let's take that box. Next up, the regional focus scouting. We're going to delegate that. I don't care one bit. The players ready to negotiate. This is a big part this season. We have to think about quite a lot of things. We've got 13 or 16 players. We've got Derek Brown, who's up for negotiation. He wants 69 mil for 3 years. That is actually not as horrible as I thought. That's around 20 mil, 23 mil per year. I don't know that. Actually, it is quite a lot. All right, take everything back. Chuba Hubbard, he would like to stay. I definitely think that we want to keep him around. Tommy Tremble, that's a no-brainer, but his re-sign interest is pretty low, so that actually is a little bit worrying. Austin Corbett, that's a player I want to get rid of. 28-76. He does have a startup trait, which is something that is going for him, but he's still out with a broken finger, so we can't trade him right now. Anyways, we've got Dante Jackson up. Cornerback, 81 overall, but 28 years old, keeping him around till the end of the season, then just letting him walk. I think that's the way to do it. Terrace Marshall, 24-74. I think we could give him a 2-year deal. That is actually not too bad. Xavier Woods, 29-82. I definitely don't want to keep him around. Certainly not for 19.5 mil. Ben Sinnott, certainly keeping him around. David Van, Shaq Thompson, that's another one. We might keep him around for this season as a backup player and then let him walk. Brady Christensen, just don't think so. 27-74, yeah, I mean, he's not bad. And actually, you know, he could have a good, decent 3 years or something like that. But still, Fadil Diggs on right edge, I really want to have him stay on the team here. Ash Green, left outside linebacker. Andy Dalton. Yeah, let's think about that one. George Gregory and Johnny Hecker, and then Ike Mikwonu, who's going to accept the option for sure. All right, so first things first, we're going to try and tie down the players that I want to keep for sure, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do with all the other ones. Chuba Hubbard, I think he should stay. He is my starting running back. Plus, he's motivated, he's interested, so that is actually pretty positive. We're going to slap a 7-year deal on him. We're just going to hike this up ever so lightly, and we're going to make the offer, and boom. So, Chuba Hubbard stays long-term. Tommy Tremble, question mark. Austin Corbett, question mark. But Tommy Tremble, we're going to enter negotiations immediately. I think we're going to have to give him a rather player-friendly offer here. We're going to go with this. We're going to give him a 7-year deal because he's super young. But we will slap this down to 5 mil. I don't want to give him that much money. So let's see. Sign today. If there was some way to improve how this team aligns with my interests. All right, that is interesting. I don't really know what that means. Austin Corbett, 28. Keeping him around 2 mil per year. I mean, that could actually work. Keeping him around as a backup player, whilst maybe developing another player behind him and have him exit the team at age 30. That is probably not even that much of a bad idea. Dante Jackson, we're going to hold off on these contracts here, by the way. We can always enter these at any point in the season, but we have to figure out which players we want to keep, which ones we're going to let walk, which ones we want to trade away right now. Austin Corbett, question mark. Gonna leave this one to rest. He's 28.76, so he's actually quite decent. If he were to stay for another 2 years, wouldn't mind that, and we could develop other players. Dante Jackson doesn't want to stay anyways, so we wouldn't be able to re-sign him, even if we wanted. And that is something that actually makes me think maybe we'll package deal him and trade him on. Terrace Marshall Jr. He wants a 2-year deal. We are going to do him a little bit, we're going to do a better one. We're going to do a 5-year deal until the age of 29. Or do we give him a 2-year deal? Or do I monitor how his production is? Because next year I think Adam Thielen will be out. Then it's Mingo. Then it's Chenault Jr. And then it's actually Terrace Marshall Jr. We also have Anthony Schwartz on the team. You never know how things turn out. But I don't really want to overpay him. So we're going to give him a 5-year deal. Let's just get this one done here as well. I feel like he has something to offer to the team yet. Xavier Woods, that's a hard pass. That is actually a really hard pass. I don't want to keep him around. Ben Sinnott, yes. That is a huge yes. I really, really, really want to have him on the team. 3 years, that should be good enough. We're going to give him a 7-year deal. We're going to hike this up a little bit. And then we're going to sign him. No questions asked. All right, who's next? Davin Van, 22 and 69. He will be growing very, very nicely as a D-tackle. Again, 7 years. And, you know, we're not even losing out on anything here. This is a super cheap player. Super cheap situation to be in. So even if we cut him at some point in time, it's not even going to be bad. Shaq Thompson, we're going to keep him around until the end of the season. Compared to Dante Jackson, he actually is pretty happy to stay. So let's think about that. I will not be offering him a deal though, but still. Brady Christensen, same thing as Austin Corbett. I think he's not bad. I think he's actually pretty solid, and he should be able to at least be a good backup. I don't really want to pay that much money though. 7, that's 3.5 per year. That is ever so lightly above what I'd like to pay. Fadil Diggs, 22 and 66 rated. At that age, he's going to get a super slim deal, of course. 1 mil. Let's make it 1.5. And let's give him this offer here. Okay. So, Ash Green, another dude. I think I want to keep him around. He's 20 years old, 64. You know, if we develop these players, then we will certainly, at some point in time, really, really have a very good players on our team, and they're all going to be on super cheap deals because we signed them when they were very, very young. George Gregory, same thing here. 7-year deal. Here we go. He's gonna get one. Let's give it 700k. Let's go like this. All right, that's interesting. All right, he just wants a little bit more. Ike Mekwanu, 50-year option. We're gonna take that for sure. Johnny Hecker, he's gonna stay with us until the end of the season. George Gregory, we're gonna do that next week. Andy Dalton, we're just going to leave it as is. Brady Christensen, I'm also going to hold off from negotiating here, but this is, it's just 3.1. Not really sure if I want to do that here. We have the cap space. That certainly is not the issue. The big problem just is, do I want to pay that? Having Derek Brown around, that certainly is a big help, all right? But when we start looking at which other players we might have and which other players we might use, even from the practice squad maybe, then we certainly will see that sometimes just have to dig deep and use some rookies. Decamerion Richardson is a dude that we could bring in. Will Howard, I think he'll get a shot sooner than he expected. Javante Jean-Baptiste, that is one to bring in. Bo Clark here. So, yeah, I'm actually thinking of starting to cut down the fat immediately. Why not? Why not just bring in these super young players and see how they develop? I think that is certainly a more viable option than just, maybe overpaying some older players. So, I will be now starting to trade a little bit here. Let's start with the first package deals. Alright guys, bear with me on this one, alright? We're sending Xavier Woods and Dante Jackson to the Jets. They do need help at those positions, so that works for me. And we need a quarterback that has NFL experience, that's not going to be contending for the QB1 spot, that is a clear number 2, and that can actually be a number 2 for the future as well. And I just thought of Zach Wilson. I mean, he's out, and the Jets, there's no way he's ever going to play for them again. And for us, he actually does have some value. And the value is he can manage a game, and he will just be able to hopefully step in there and just take over the team. And it just, keep us in the race for the playoffs. That's all I ask. 2025 third round pick on top. That's the deal. All right, we're trading Derek Brown to the Giants. Right edge, 90 rated. We're getting a second rounder for this, next, and the year after that. The logic behind it is I don't want to pay him that amount of money because that would make him the highest paid player. And I don't think that he's really, if I say worth it, that could be misunderstood. In the end, we need a complete restart for this team, and that means that we just really have to make some decisions that might not be easy at times, or that might feel difficult, but nevertheless, it is something that we have to do. It is something that we will do, and we did bring in a lot of rookie players here with the intention, to reshuffle the team, to make them viable again, make them fresh, and just have these players around for the future without committing to anybody too much. So we're going to be cutting a player, and then we're going to be taking a look at the Raiders. The Raiders are led by Baker Mayfield, 29 and 80. We've got Aiden O'Connell and PJ Walker as the backup quarterbacks here. Baker Mayfield, journeyman, now from the Buccaneers, moving on to the Raiders. Running backs, Josh Jacobs, X-Factor Wrecking Ball, Zamir White, and Trey Benson. This is a very solid running back group here. Fullback is Gabe Neighbors, 26 and 67. Wide receivers, Davante Adams, 31, 93 with a double me X-Factor. Gabe Davis. We've got Jacoby Myers, we've got Trey Tucker, and Cade Warner. That's Gabe Neighbors, and this is Gabe Davis. Interesting enough. All right, so we've got players coming in here. Gabe Davis is new. Jacoby Myers, I think, was here before Trey Tucker was drafted. Michael Mayer, one of my favorite tight ends. Colby Parkinson, Miller Forrestal. But Michael Mayer, certainly the dude to watch out for. Does he have a face scan? Not yet. He will get one. Left tackle Colton Miller, 28.88. We've got Prince Tega Wanogo, 26.65. Left guard Dylan Parham, 25.76. Michael Turner, 20.63. Andre James at center, 27.81. Connor McGovern, 31.76. Cesar Ruiz, 25.78. And Jalen Mayfield as the backup on tackle. JC Latham, 21.78. He's going to be a very, very good right tackle. Thayer Munford Jr. as a backup. So as you can see, this offensive line is actually not too horrible. They do have pretty highly rated players, everybody around the 80 mark with one or two outliers. On defense, Max Crosby, the X-Factor run stuffer, 99 rated. Gabe Hall as a backup rookie. Right edge, Tyree Wilson, superstar, 24.85. Malcolm Kuntz behind him. We've got the D-tackle, Bilal Nichols, 77 rated. Sheldon Rankin, 77 rated. Byron Young joining from the Rams. Jerry Tillery as a backup here. Solid looking D-tackle group. Left outside linebacker Malik Harrison, 26.75. And Adisa Isaac, yay, we know him very well, 22 and 70, a rookie. Middle linebacker Patrick Queen joining from the Ravens. Aziz Al-Shair joining from the Titans. Divine Diablo, 26 and 76. And Amari Burney, A very solid group led by a very, very good linebacker here, but Aziz Al-Shahir and Patrick Quinn will be very hard to overcome. Divine Diablo also pretty tough. Right outside linebacker Robert Spillane, 28 and 81. Behind him Andre Minty. Yeah, just a solid linebacking group here. Malik Harrison maybe not so hot looking, but he still has the attributes in there. Linebacker solid. Right outside linebacker solid. The corners, Nate Hobbs, Jack Jones, Jacorian Bennett, Brandon Fasison, and Arquan Bush. Those are interesting names. Certainly the good players are Hobbs and Jones here. Jacorian Bennett also not far off, pretty good looking. Free safety is Trevon Merrick, 25 and 84. And we've got Rod Moore, that is a rookie, 2172 at the free safety position behind Merrick. Strong safety is Marcus Epps, 2879. We've got Cameron Kinchins, 2178. Christopher Smith, the second, 2471. So, interesting looking group here. Good succession planning. I especially like this here. Cameron Kinchins will be able to take over from Marcus Epps very, very soon. Kicker Daniel Carson, and the punter is AJ Cole the third. That's a superstar punter. Never actually played one of those before. Let's take a look at the weekly strategy here. How do we counter this one here? Baker Mayfield is a very solid quarterback, of course, but I feel like we can try to apply some pressure here. We're also going to be stuffing the run. We're going to be focusing that, of course, here. The team profile Trotter. Let's get some points into you, my man. Caleb Bullock, Brandoris. This is unchanged for the most part here, and I actually don't even think that we need to do something here. There has been a change. Somebody has been moved inside. I think it was Stutzman, wasn't it? Because Bryce Young is currently injured. So that is a little bit of an issue here. But we did drag in players from the practice squad. So somebody from these players, I feel like, should be getting the practice sessions here. Someone like this here. Joe Farmer, he's 20. I just think that if we dump some points into these dudes, then we might really strike gold and get some very nice effects here. So, 200 plus rushing yards, I think we can work with that. Defensive coordinator allowed 30 points or less. Why so negative here? Alright, let's go 250 at least. And 5 offensive touchdowns. It's the complete opposite of the cautiousness before. 450 plus offensive yards. Let's go with this one and start training immediately. But before we do that, I will use somebody else instead of Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Just seeing this one here. We have a reveal. He's a starting trade player, so we know he will grow nicely here. I'm going to be focusing on the right guard dude here. Lindsay Rainey. I think that's a position that also could use some buffing. No new injuries, so that at least is something. Austin Corbett will return next week. We're going to think about his contract then. Tremble 3 weeks, Dowell 3 weeks, Bryce Young 6 weeks, and Taylor Moton also 3 weeks. That's another player that I'm actually really thinking about what to do with him. Because, yeah, well, he's on a very, very big deal, and I would actually like to see him come off of that one. So, Ike Mekwonu goes up on the agile scale. That's my left tackle here, who I can pick the 5th-year option for. Laviska Shenault Jr. was very good last game. He had that really cool run right there. Javon Kinlaw, my D-tackle, leading D-tackle, by the way. 75 rated now. And we're still rebuilding, right? We're still rebuilding. Zach Wilson, there you go, has a Panther on the headband. Do I feel super comfortable with him? I would say probably, because he has the talent, right? It was his decision making that really let him down, and sometimes he just played like an absolute dum-dum. But yeah, whatever. I feel like he deserves a second chance, and you know, why not? Why not be the savior for a team that really needs help quickly? We're going to be focusing on these younger players a little bit more now. I really want to see if we can make these players be viable in a, I'm not going to say in a reasonable amount of time, but you know, I don't want to have them be good in 6 years. I want to see if we can't push them a little bit higher right now. And so yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Let's start just putting points into these players. None of these has to be a starter immediately. We can take our take our fair time with that. But, you know, if we can push them up to be, I don't know, 65 rated or something like that, I think that is a decent target to go for. The experience ranges that they need to grow are really rather low. So I need to fix the depth chart right now, and then I'm going to be seeing you in the game. Back again in Bank of America Stadium, as we're going to be seeing a player showcase. Who is this going to be? All right, here we go. Josh Jacobs, 169 rushing yards last week, 1 touchdown, 20 plus yard rush. This is Zach Wilson probably going like, what the fuck just happened? How? Why am I? What? Hello? Hello? Anybody? Hello? Is probably what he's thinking right now. I don't think anybody expected this one. Last of all, he did, but actually this is a move that could benefit everybody. We've got a solid quarterback, and at the same time we are getting some game time for him again. Some positivity maybe. He can be a savior here, and his contract this year is a little bit more expensive, but next year it goes down to 6 mil. Well, that's actually pretty decent. The backup quarterback, don't care too much. There we go, Baker Mayfield, man, just marching down the field. We did lose some players here from our initial setup. We have let go of some defensive players, so yes, I am aware that that might be an issue. You can see the notable inactives that we are really building up quite the list right there. The defense here for the Raiders is super solid. Really is very solid. Tough team, a strong team, and they're going to be hard to really break down. And Baker Mayfield is more solid than people give him credit for, I think. We're looking at Anthony Schwartz here. I know that might be an interesting move, using him above Thielen, but Thielen is 34. He can't do everything. So there we go. And Schwartz actually is super fast. He's got a 96 acceleration, 96, what's that called? Like the speed, and then he also has the agility to match. So the short and mid-range should work quite well with Zach Wilson. So let's go. Shenault and Schwartz. I've got Shenault. Oh my lord! Oh my god! That was almost a catch twice. Don't know why he didn't hold on to that one, but okay. We're gonna accept it, right? We're not gonna be happy about it, but we're gonna accept it. I just want to have a nice scoring drive here. I want to grab experience for the younger players that we do have on the team. I just felt like, you know, since this isn't my initial long franchise series, it doesn't really make sense to wait too long. Joe Farmer injured here for Carolina. He is one of those extremely young dudes. He's 20 years old. Let's see what we do. I still have Christensen and Corbett, and I don't intend to just give him up. But at the same time, why not give some of those younger dudes a go, right? Why not just test out the waters here with them? Why not see what happens? Why not see if one of these could actually be taken over a position and just growing into it? I don't have any problems with a player not being outright ready immediately. And there we go. That was a perfect throw. Ben Shenault with a catch here. And first touchdown pass for Zach Wilson here for the Panthers. Never expected to hear that sentence, right? But I was just looking for a quarterback that was not going to be in contention for the #1 spot. That is not something that we need. All right, defense limits them to at least the field goal, so that is positive. Of course, Chenault, Senot, Schwartz. Nice. I really love what Ben Senot is doing. He is playing very well in that tight end number 1 spot. Blake Whiteheart is my 3rd tight end, who now is my 2nd tight end. 2nd and 1 here. Let's just go with a quick turn. Number 9 adjusted extremely quickly. And while I was thinking of trading for, you know, I had offers for Derek Brown, for, who was that? George Karlaftis, for instance. I felt like, nah, I wanna see how my own players do. All right, I want to see how my own players do, how they can grow. That's more or less an experiment here. I am gonna be blatantly honest with you. And this is probably not gonna be a series that's gonna last 6 or 7 seasons like the Titans currently are. I'm already thinking of which team to go for next season. So there we go. Number 6, Miles Sanders pushing forward. That screen worked really well. Corner strike setup, but we're going to go the major psych and inside zone here, of course. Getting a block here. Ooh, nice. Almost getting out of this one. Miles Sanders injured. All right. Not great, but I've got 4 running backs at the time of speaking, so we can backfill. We can backfill. 22 and a 23-year-old. Pretty happy with that. And again, this is Schwartz. Did you see the speed? I think in slot situations he can really be very helpful. I haven't ever really used him. He was a backup for me for the Dolphins, I think. Oh, no, didn't get that one. Slightly out of reach. Incomplete pass. We now have 55 seconds to go. Curls. Let's go with the curls. 2nd and 10. I don't really like this play too much. So let's go with the post wheel drag here. Looking for Senot actually. Thielen could be an option. Thank you. Tyree Wilson injured. That will give us some time to recuperate here. Z-spot time. Let's go. Looking for Senot's route. Thielen's also an option, but I'm actually looking for the tight end. Not enough drill and drive on the ball, even if the throw power for Zach Wilson is pretty high. And that's going to be a field goal. 53-yarder. We're going to draw the game here, so that is okay. And, you know, if we get the ball back in some interesting miracle, then so be it. And so be it. We will take that. Not feeling bad about that at all. Come on, defense. Nope. 16 seconds. 16 seconds. I would really rather have Bryce Young right now, but what can you do? What can you do? We're going to work with what we have. And there we go. Laviska. Oh, shit. It was opening up. It was opening up. I could actually have gone for it. I mean, we have 2 timeouts. We've got 10 seconds. So let's see if we can find... Let's go with the vertical. I think the verticals are going to be an option to get us into field goal range. That has to be the plan here, at least. Go, go. Oh, that was out of reach. Took 5 seconds to develop. It actually didn't look too bad. It actually did look too bad. It's 2nd and 10. I don't really intend to... Just going to try and get Senot on this one. I'm calling a timeout right now. I'm calling a timeout, but I don't think it'll be enough. I don't think we're going to get the field goal here. Sadly. All right. Okay. But we got the distance done. We got there. It could have worked. We're going to keep running it inside. And, of course, we're going to defend the short pass here. And we're going to return it in the middle. We have the ball first, so that is good. There you go. Kick coming by Cole. And now Hodges Tomlinson. How far can we get? 23. We're going to take it. We are going to accept that one. Zach Wilson coming out here. Interesting. There we go. So, inside zone, right to left. Chuba Hubbard starting at the 23. 76. Can I get a block? Can I get a block on number 54? I cannot. Sadly. I would have liked one. ISO. Straight down the gun here. That's Hubbard. We had to adjust the route. There we go. Towards the left-hand side. Chuba Hubbard has to do a lot of the work today, but that's actually what he's here for. That's what he's paid to do. I like seeing those runners do their thing. We're going to go with a gun drive. Benson up short. I'm still counting on the defense to at least stop them once. That is the target. And there we go. 10 and 16, 128 yards. Could be worse. Halfback inside zone. Right to left. Hubbard slowly but surely getting tired. Yeah, he has to take over a lot of the snaps from Miles Sanders. Ooh, number 41 was there. That's around 10 yards on average, so that is really, really good. Inside zone, Miles Sanders is back. All right. Because he was out injured before. Here we go. Beautiful. Oh, sidestepping this one. And now we're going to lean into it. And 4 dudes just punching us out of bounds. Well, that was quick. That was quick, but that's okay. Zach Wilson here. Sidestepping beautifully, Miles Sanders. Mesh spot. Let's go. Right to left, Whiteheart, Sinot, Chenault Jr. Thielen with a straight route. I mean, to be fair... Oh, shit. He got stuck. That one hardly ever works. The straight route. So, the draft class. You can see everybody that's on here is on the roster. And I'm actually trying to get them to play as well. I don't just want to have those dudes be on the roster but never play. For fuck's sake, man. That was a play that just completely disintegrated. Let's try dagger. Anthony Schwartz. It's a fast dude. Sinot on the short route. Here we go. That was a good pass. Push, push, push. But we're taking that 4th and inches. We can't power forward. Too strong. Number 20, Cameron Kinchins. We knew that one. 4th and inches. We're going to try and get this one, though. I know it's a risk. I know it is a risk. And yet, we have to take it. There we go. Laviska Chenault with an injury. We're having more injuries this season, it seems like, than compared to last season. Wide corner, Benson again. That one didn't work before. Didn't work before. Let's try the verticals. Let's try the verticals here. Shit, man. Second goal out of 17. No protection. Very, very quick breaking through. That was very quick. Jesus Christ. Bench Dick curl. Let's go. Number 0. That's Jacorian Bennett. Just raising his hand enough to slap the ball away. I mean, when you're 3rd and goal and you're this far away, you can try some of the longer play options. Like this. And here we go. Adam Thielen. Zach Wilson finds the target. And Adam Thielen goes down and finds it. Finds the score. Loving this. Very nice. Really cool stuff. Kaboom, kabam, catch. Continue. Come on, defense. Defense turns it around. That is the one play that I was waiting for. The one that I was looking for. And now we're going to see if we can immediately strike and go ahead by 11 points. And it does look like it. Bensinot from the left, coming on a vertical route towards the right. Zach Wilson finds him straight ahead. And to be fair, I was thinking of using the Williams dude from my practice squad. But then again, I think Zach Wilson is a better fit here. He's not going to be, you know, if you expect him to be elite. What was that? Was that a touchback? Did we get a pick six or something like that? That is insane, man. We're 17 points up. All right. I might even be able to give the Williams dude a shot here. Power, power, power. Taking down Max Crosby, injured. Okay. Never nice. I never like seeing it. But it's just part of the game. The NFL is a tough league. And injuries happen. And I really like when it's reflected in a franchise series here. Gabe Hall. Just watch a play on the NFL. There's so often players just catching a niggle here and there. Twisting an ankle. Injuring themselves. So that is just realistic to have a depiction of that in this and to have to deal with it. I like how Laviska Shenault is open at the moment. So we're going to see if we can hit him here. Alright, I was focused on what was going on over there and I completely neglected Bilal Nichols. 2nd and 19 breaking through. 2nd and 15. Alright, we have to watch out here because otherwise we're going to have another injured quarterback. And to be fair, I'm not interested in that. Alright, they're going around the outside. Chuba Hubbard here, pushed outside by number 40. A lot of power on that tackle. Zach Wilson turning this one around. I'm actually liking his production a lot. Hubbard, right to left. Here we go. 76, can we get a block? And yes, we can really go around the outside again. 41 with a stop. 99 rushing yards. Nice. Very nice. That's Robert Spillane. That's 41. He's very good as well. Can really adjust very quickly. So, which play? Let's go with this one. Let's just see what happens here. It's a run play. We get a block. And Chuba Hubbard just powers forward. He's unfreaking stoppable by this defense. Wow, I like this. I'm really liking this one here. And what I'm especially liking is that we're doing it with quite a few lower rated players strewn here in and there. There we go. Nice. Come on, defense. 37-21. A high scoring game, this one. Going back and forth. Off we go. Good block. Ooh, now this time we're blown up. Patrick Queen breaking through, number 54. But injuring himself in the process of doing so. Inside zone, again, right to left. Gonna try this one here. Gonna try and hit Shenault. Wow! Wow, that was a hard one. Divine Diablo with a very hard hit on this one here. 3rd and 11. We even lose some yards. Alright, let's go to the tight end drive. Looking for Whitehart, actually. This is the route that I'd rather see here. Psych! Went with Benson up. First down. And here we go. We're going to leave Zach Wilson to do his thing here. I could use the dude from the practice squad, but I'm actually not going to do that. I don't feel like doing that right now. Sinot or Gregory, who's filling in as a fullback here. As a tight end, sorry. And he actually gets it done. He catches that ball and powers on George Gregory. That's my fullback, by the way. Filling in as a tight end. Catch. And keeps on moving. Alright, this is a rallying call. This game is super, super interesting, actually. Would anybody of you have put any money on this? Please be honest. Please be honest here. I'm going to take a knee in victory formation. Boom. And there we go. Clock is going to tick down, and that is going to be that. I don't think that we will be going for anything else anymore. 44-29, the game is over. Not even going to go for a field goal anymore. Cade York, you can stay seated. And there we go. The Panthers win this game. That is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Zach Wilson really pulls it off. What a nice game. What a good comeback. Great job, man. Well, I pressed X too quickly. So, we've got a very good rating for Zach Wilson here. 4 touchdowns, 210 yards. Completion rate of 60%. Now that is very well looking. Baker Mayfield, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. On the rushing side, Chuba Hubbard was awesome. Baker Mayfield, 51 yards. He had to do a lot of rushing. Josh Jacobs actually pretty ineffective. On the catching side, well, Devontae Adams, 136. That was great. But Ben Sinot, 96, 2 touchdowns. That was really, really good as well. I liked Laviska Shenault. I really liked Anthony Schwartz. Only 26 yards, but those plays were really feeling interesting. I'm getting a good idea on how to use him actually, so that was pretty cool. On the defensive side of things, let's take a look here. Solo tackle leader Von Bell, total tackle leader Patrick Quinn, no surprises. A few tackles for loss, a sack, we've got a sack for Cameron Kinchins, Bilal Nichols, but Jeremiah Trotter also gets one, Frankie Luvu, and Javon Kinlaw teaming up as well. And then we also have Cade York with all of his kicking and extra point converting working quite well. So, I think that we can now end this episode on a high, 44 versus 29 in week 3 of our second season. And yeah, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. Stay awesome and see you next time.